Hello BC Nation, I am Dr. Macina, the Superintendent of Byron Center Public Schools. In this video, I am going to take you through a proposed bond for the November 2025 ballot. It is important to note that this is not a final proposal, but a chance to present to the community what we have found are some important needs that Byron Center is facing and how we can address those needs to best serve our kids. I want to start out by talking about Byron Center's bond history. In 2011, Byron Center passed a bond to renovate Brown Elementary. In 2017, a bond was passed to renovate Byron Center High School and add tennis courts and a soccer field at the West Middle School complex out on Homrich Avenue. In 2020, we were seeing a lot of growth in the district, so the community helped pass a bond to build a new Nichols building at the West Middle School complex and renovate the old Nichols building into a new elementary school, now known as Heritage. In 2022, we redrew our lines for our elementary students and started master planning for the future of BC. We began to study what our growth projections look like and what that means for our current facilities. We found that many spaces are crowded in terms of the number of students, not only in the classrooms, but for arts and athletics as well. That brings us to where we are today in 2025 and why we feel there is a need for a bond to tackle some of these projects, but also to plan ahead and think about what bond projects we may need as we go forward in the future. To start, I would like to take you through the process of developing our potential bond proposal. We partnered with an outside organization to take a look at our facilities environment, which includes heating, cooling, HVAC, and identifying if buildings are staying current on daily wear and tear. Then we did a long-term demographic study on where our growth is coming from, reviewing areas such as birth rate, current housing developments, and future housing growth. Next, we engaged our leadership team and Board of Education to discuss what are the needs of the district and how do we address these needs. We also brought in our architectural firm, Tower Pinkster, and our construction team, OAK, to help us with this process. That brings us to today, community outreach, where we are bringing our findings to the community to get feedback and work together to decide what's the best for the future of BC. Before I dive into the details, let's take a look at some emerging themes we highlighted throughout this process. On the left is Nichols Intermediate New Media Center. This has become a BC standard where we want all our buildings to be for kids in Byron Center. We are proud of our three pillars of academics, athletics, and fine arts. We want to make sure that all three are equally taken care of as we look at future growth. For academics, we are looking to expand Early Childhood Center and renovate buildings that have not been part of a recent bond project. For athletics, we are looking into a new athletic complex to address capacity concerns and baseball and softball fields to address reoccurring soil issues at the current location. Byron Center's fine arts programs continue to grow, and those areas at the middle school and high school need more space. Finally, we have the operational investments such as HVAC, plumbing, the transportation center, technology, and parking lots. The Early Childhood Center's building is in great shape, but those programs are filling up fast for our youngest learners, and we often have waiting lists for our preschool programs. We're looking into adding classrooms to bring in more students and to meet the demands of this emerging need. Marshall Elementary was renovated back in 1996 and has not had any major renovations since that time. There is a need to reconfigure the specials wing that includes art, music, and STEM to create larger classroom space. There is also a need for restroom renovations, updating cabinetry, and replacing carpet and old furniture. Countryside Elementary was built more than 20 years ago and hasn't really been updated throughout that time. An area that needs to be addressed is the building entrance. The admin assistants in the front of the office are not able to see who is approaching the building, which becomes a safety and security issue. In addition, we are looking at resurfacing the playground, replacing cubbies, and getting new carpet and furniture throughout the building. Brown Elementary was renovated back in 2011. The building is in great condition, but there are a few minor upgrades we are looking into, such as restroom renovations and updating mechanical equipment like the HVAC to keep things running efficiently. Byron Center's student population is growing, and with that, the interest in the arts is growing district-wide. A good example of this is at West Middle School. The fine arts wing at the middle school is in need of an expansion. Right now, students are rehearsing in the cafeteria or hallways, and there's not enough room for instrument storage. We are looking into expanding the fine arts wing and reconfiguring the STEM classroom. In addition, we are looking at infrastructure upgrades and replacing outdated furniture. The fine arts space is also in need of renovation at the high school, as our jazz, orchestra, band, percussion, and many other fine arts programs continue to grow, Byron Center High School is running out of space for students. We are looking into redesigning the fine arts wing to add rehearsal space, storage, and breakout rooms for students. In addition, our North Star Academy program is growing and more classroom space is needed for this specialized program. We pride ourselves on keeping our alternative education program in the high school building with their peers rather than moving to a building offsite. Through this process, the leadership team took a close look at our athletic and fine arts programs. If you have ever been to a Byron Center football game on a Friday night, you know the stadium gets crowded quickly. We need a bigger space and are looking to build a new athletic stadium at the West Middle School complex next to the soccer fields. The current athletic field is in good condition and we would keep it for track, marching band, and many other multiple uses. In addition, the parking lot for the current athletic stadium and location of the baseball and softball fields have long been identified for having bad soil. The ground is sinking because that area used to be an old dump and does not have a secure enough foundation to build. Because of this, we would also move the baseball and softball fields to the West Middle School complex. By adding an athletic stadium, BC would be able to accommodate many athletic events throughout the school year. The stadium would also give the marching band more opportunities to practice and perform. Lastly, Byron Center High School houses the Code Red robotics team. We want to give robotics a designated space that would be located at the Central Administration campus. There are many operational investments such as technology, expanded transportation, parking, and site work. In Byron Center, we have a one-to-one technology initiative that gives students computers, and this proposal would allow us to update those devices as needed. Next, we look at expanding our transportation. We are fortunate to have all our school buses in an enclosed garage. Not only does that keep our buses secure, but extends the life of those buses. We need to reconfigure the bus garage to allow us to house more buses as our fleet grows with student growth. For parking and site work, we look at resurfacing parking lots and making sure that our drives are safe. Byron Center Public Schools has historically prioritized conservative spending, levying less money than is actually available. This is what we call bondability in BC. This is our way of being conservative and never going out for the most in our bonds. Along with this approach, this bond will continue our past practice of a no tax rate increase. Research shows investing in education has a positive impact on housing values and student outcomes. This is very evident in Byron Center, which continues to make it a destination district. In March, we are sending out a survey to the Byron Center community to collect feedback on what needs the district is facing. In April, we will host a community forum to discuss more details of the bond based on the community's input from that survey. In May, we would take the bond proposal to the Board of Education for final approval. In August, we would hit the campaign trail, letting the community know what the final bond specifics entail. The bond would then go out to the community for a November 4th, 2025 vote. The community and your partnership with Byron Center Public Schools truly makes us all BC strong. In academics, Byron Center Public Schools was named the top district in Michigan. We have multiple national blue ribbon schools and are top 20 in the state for SAT and MSTEP scores. In the arts, the marching band placed second in the state. 53 students were featured in the Michigan Educators Art Show, and the Jazz Orchestra was invited back again to Essentially Ellington competition in New York City. In athletics, more than 85 students are all-conference athletes, and we recently added a girls lacrosse program. Byron Center Hockey was the 2024 state champion, along with runner-up state trophies in boys soccer, football, and boys swimming. The updates we are presenting for the 2025 bond proposal fit that high standard we are looking for in Byron Center to make sure that we are giving the best to our kids. Thank you for watching this presentation, and as always, go Bulldogs!